Hey everyone, welcome. Coach Melissa here. I want to help take you through making some really simple parkour obstacles using household items. I know with everything that's going on right now, you might be finding it a little bit tricky to know exactly what to use, or maybe you want some different things to help you as you practice with some of our online video series. So I want to give you some resources to help you with that. We'll be making some dots, just like this, very simple, out of paper, and some little cones that you can use. So that's what we're going to be working on in this video. To get going making our cones and our dots today, there's a few things you'll want to gather before we get going. So you'll definitely need some paper. I'm just using printer paper here. Cardstock would also be really good. If you'd like, you could even get like a cereal box. Here I've got an old saltine box if you want to make your dots or cones a little bit sturdier. This very thin cardboard is great for that. You will also need a pencil or maybe some markers, something to draw with on that paper. You could also use colored pencils or crayons depending on what you have available at home. You'll definitely need scissors to cut things out, and you'll need some tape to put that cone together. I also have in the description, if you don't have any cups or bowls available, because that's what we use to do the dots, you can always print out some templates that I've made. So you can see here for the cone, I would highly recommend printing it. And the dots, if you don't have anything readily available to trace, you can always print them out on your home printer. So make sure you've got those supplies ready, and then let's get started. We're going to go ahead and get started with the dots. So you'll just need the bowl and cup, scissors, something to draw with, and also our paper. Let's get going. All right, so to get us started, I've just laid out some paper. I'll be using a marker, so I've actually put down 2 sheets of paper to make sure it won't bleed through. What we're going to do, you're just going to grab your glass, kind of place it down on your paper or your bowl. I'll do both just so you can see a little bit of the size difference. But you're going to place it on your paper. I'd recommend closer to the edge so it's a little bit easier to cut out later. And you'll take your writing utensil and just very carefully trace around that object, just like that. And you'll get a nice circle. I've got a little bit of room, so I'll do my glass twice. And that's kind of right on the edge of my paper there. All right, so now I've got my 3 circles traced, and I am ready to decorate them. So you can decorate them however you'd like. I've got just 3 different colors here, but this is kind of the fun part. You get to choose how you'd like to decorate them. They could each be a different color. You could put numbers, you could put letters on them, whatever you'd like to do, you decide. As you can see, I've decorated my 3 dots just to give them a little bit of color, make them a little bit easier to see. So now we're ready to cut them out. Just taking that top sheet, following the black lines, go ahead and cut those 3 circles out. So as you can see, I've got my 3 dots ready to go. And again, because they're just paper, I would recommend only using them on carpet because they'll be a little bit stickier on that. You could also use them kind of jump beside as well to mark your position. The cone is also really good for that, so we'll move on to that one next. All right, we're ready to move on to our cone. This template will be just linked in the description of this video, so you can print this out on your home computer. From here, all you need to do is cut it out. So get those scissors ready, let's get cutting. All right, so now I've cut out my whole template and I am ready to decorate it. Again, you might want to grab another sheet of paper, just put that right underneath. And then you can decorate it however you'd like. So be creative, make it colorful. You'll want to be able to see this cone. You'll want it to stand out a little bit when you're ready to start using it. All right, once you've decorated your cone however you'd like, making it nice and exciting, now we're ready to put it together. So you've got this tab over on the side, and that's what we're going to use to connect it. So we're actually going to flip it to the wrong side, whatever side you didn't decorate. You're going to grab a piece of tape, and we're just going to put that on the back of that tab. So you want it to be about halfway. So you got about half on the tab and half off. So you can see I've got plenty of tape that will stick once I'm ready to. Then I'm going to form it into a circle, try to line up those edges. And as I do that, use one hand to kind of hold it, and then press that tape down in the back. It might be helpful if you have a spare set of hands. You could ask a sibling or mom or dad to help you. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm taped here, but I still have this little tab that's hanging out. So we're gonna use one more piece of tape, a little bit longer this time. And I'm gonna tape down the outside. So I'm gonna hold it down. And again, trying to get it right in the middle. Taping that down, and then gently press that tape. So now I've got a nice little cone that will stand up. Now, remember, cones will probably be most useful if you use one or two together, so you can have a starting point and an ending point. But you can go ahead and decide how many you'd like to make. If you'd like to make your cone out of something a little bit more sturdy, you can go ahead and get that either cereal box. Like I said, I've got a saltine box here, but a cereal box would probably be the best. And actually, once you've cut out your cone pattern, you can use it as a tracer template. So I'm gonna just try to see how this might fit the best. And then I can go ahead and trace that paper template onto my cardboard. Be a little tricky. Might be helpful to have an extra hand for this. But once you've got it traced out and you're good to go, you're gonna follow all the same steps that we did before to make our cone just out of paper. Get my last bit on there, and voila. Now I've got a cone that is ready to be made out of cardboard. You can always put the saltine side inside, or maybe you want a Frosted Flakes cone, who knows? Either way, you can use either side. Following the same steps as before, you might need a little more tape since this will be a little bit trickier to fold and bend. But it gives you a different option to help keep it a little bit more sturdy. I hope you found this really helpful, and we'd love to see how you're using your cones and your dots. So you can always email us or share on social media. We'd love to see them using that hashtag KeepMovingLVPK. All right, see you next time.